Good morning, History Hunters Down Under. Today is March the 5th, 2025. Time is approximately 12:21. I'm about to embark on a drive. Obviously, people know that I live on northern New South Wales and that I'm actually currently in the non-direct path of Tropical Cyclone Alfred, which is a Category 2 cyclone off the east coast of Australia, heading towards in between Brisbane and Noosa, or the Sunshine Coast. But the effects will be felt in northern New South Wales all the way down to Grafton, with high winds and heavy rainfall. So I'm in the Luxness Monster today, which is a four-wheel drive. We'll be driving to familiar places only. I'm actually going to try and drive to Finglehead, Hastings Point, and if I get enough time, I might actually pop up to just the southern end of the Gold Coast at the Spit, which is absolutely copping it. So join me. I'll as we'll drive, and I'll have you on the front view once I get out of it. And obviously, so guys, remember, if it's flooded, forget it, because obviously, as good as four-wheel drives are, they are only as good as the surface underneath them, and if there is no surface underneath them, you can't ride. Hence why they are a car or a vehicle with four wheels and a drive. So it is quite humid here. So the weather has been raining most of the night. I have to open up my window because it is stifling hot in my car. It's been quite wet. It hasn't been heavy rain, but it has been steady rain, and it is quite light rain. But as we get out of town, obviously, and get towards the coast, obviously things might change. So we'll see what happens there. So I've obviously got the day off work today, so I'll have the opportunity to do this. Obviously, my thoughts go out to anybody who is directly impacted by this, and in no way am I making any light of it. This is purely just to show documentation of what I'm experiencing at my current location. So the roads are quite busy, which is unusual, but obviously a lot of people are in the midst of what do we do. A lot of local schools have closed until the weekend, so basically they've shut right through until the weekend. This is obviously for the safety of the teachers, students, and obviously parents having to drop their kids off. So where I'm driving right now is a very low-lying part of my town. So this is one of the first parts of town to actually go under. So it seems to be alright at the moment. So we'll see what happens. Alright guys, I'll change over to the next camera so we can actually see where we're driving. Please remember to like, subscribe, share, and remember guys, if it's flooded, forget it, and keep safe out there, southeast Queensland and northern New South Wales. Alright guys, so we are driving towards the coast now. Again, this part of town does go underwater, so if we do get the expected rain that we are expecting, it will obviously go under. This is the part that we go under. As you see, a little bit of localised puddling on the road at the moment, but nothing major yet. If we had the very similar situation that we had in 2017 and 2022, I would not be driving through here, even with this one. roads are a little bit slippery, guys, so I'm going to take it easy around the corners. Hopefully it's a good view. I'm sorry if the wind's up. I will audio dub this, so I'll try and use my editing software to try and get as much of the wind noise out. So obviously up ahead is a Condom Sugarmill. That's the Mooloolaba racecourse. Obviously, equipment I have today with me is my phone and my DJI Pocket 2. I haven't brought out the 360 camera just because it doesn't have a zoom capability and it's a lot bigger and bulkier, and I don't really want to carry two cameras around. So obviously I can get the wide shots with the DJI Pocket 2. That's the Condom Sugarmill ahead, folks. That's yeah. So that's the Histrionics. That's the Condom Sugarmill, as well as a power station beside it. So obviously they're going great guns. Well, the winds are flowing. I'm getting high winds now at the moment. So. I didn't bring the drone either. As much as I would love to get drone footage, I don't particularly think I want to fly the drone in this weather, because I am 99% sure that the drone will fly away. Obviously you can see the weather there, guys. You can see the trees being blown around. That's the Tweed River. So the tropical cyclone Alfred has been now predicted to now arrive in the very late hours of Thursday, if not early hours of Friday morning. So driving on Tweed Valley Way. As we come up towards the end of Tweed Valley Way at Chindra, that's where it usually floods, and we usually get down to around about one lane. So obviously you can see that the cane's been blown in certain directions. So basically which is really funny, because I have been watching the radar map, and I've obviously noticed that there is two cells. Like there's a cell from south heading north. So when these two cells hit each other, I guess that's going to cause some issues. So. Rivers there on my left now, so this area will go underwater if we have excessive amount of rain. So they have predicted the rain between 300 up to 600 millimeters of rain or was it 400? I think it was about it was 300 up to 400, possibly 600, and I've even heard some reports of 800 and 1,000 millimeters of rain. So you see, I don't know if Kate picked up on the camera, but a lot of locals here are now putting all their vehicles up. We'll drive our way up. We'll drive via Tweed Valley Way. The house there on the right, that's been damaged by floodwaters during the last flooding event, Tweed River. So a lot of you'll notice a lot of people are now starting to tie things up, move things away. Livestock will be put up in higher pastures. Obviously, a lot of people have experienced floods before, so they're basically being well prepared. Because basically, if the flood event is higher than normal, or the rainfall is higher than normal, we will most likely flood here. We don't like to cause any panic, and I respectfully say that people still have PTSD from the previous floods, especially in the low-lying bits of the Tweed Shire, as well as Lismore. Lismore copped it last flood. They had 11 metres of water, so they're on high alert watch, and a lot of people still haven't recovered property-wise since the last flood. So yeah, I don't know if that guy was thinking he's high beam because he was upset with the guy in front of him, or that letting us know that there's water ahead on the road. So there is flood watch cameras. I actually didn't have a look at them before I came, but so basically all the signs are now being put on flood watch, and I will drive away home, and you'll see all the cars parked on the side of the road. Those are the residents of Tumbulgum, which I'll put on the map here. Tumbulgum, I might put a map up showing you where the location of Tumbulgum. All these are low-lying areas. This is where the water will definitely hit if the river bursts its banks. So that's the that's the Tumbulgum Bridge there on the left-hand side of the picture, video. That's Tumbulgum Bridge. That's the highest point in Tumbulgum. So basically, people park their cars there during the flood events, so they don't lose their vehicles. So we'll come back via that way on the way back. And I just really hope that everyone's safe during this event. And obviously, a lot of people have dismissed dismissed it, saying they're not very strong winds. It's just a gale, just a blowy and all that. Like, this is the first time this has hit this part of the country in over 50 years. So 1974. So I was born in 1978, and I'm 46 years of age, and I've never experienced a cyclone here. I have experienced a cyclone in other parts of the country. Oh, I can definitely feel the wind. So now, history hunters, I can definitely feel. It sounds weird, but I definitely just felt like really strong winds now. So I might actually head to. I don't know where I'll go first. We'll play it by ear, because it might be too wild for some of the places I want to go. Because I might not want to walk for a bit in the rain, so I haven't bought any raincoats or anything. So. And obviously cameras don't like the wet, electronic equipment don't like the wet. So obviously now, folks, we are heading closer to the coast. So obviously I don't know if you can see in the video, but the trees are definitely getting blown around, and there's definitely water ahead. You can see the haze there in front. That's definitely rain. It's not very heavy rain, so that's really weird. But as the storm intensifies, as the cyclone intensifies, obviously we just don't know. So, do you know what? my philosophy is this, right? Expect the worst, right? Because if you expect the worst and it doesn't happen, you're not gonna lose out. But if you just dismiss it and go, oh, it's nothing, it's not gonna happen, don't worry about it, it's all good. Yeah, she'll be right. The Aussie saying, she'll be right. And it actually does happen, then you have no one to blame when you don't have a plan in place. So I do have a plan in place. I do have all my batteries, all my power banks charged up in the event that we do lose power, or I lose power. I do have provisions of food and fresh water to provide for myself, enough water to provide for myself for up to 7 days. Oh, here comes the rain. So obviously, folks, I can actually see some rain now, so the rain's actually getting a bit heavier as we get close to the coast. I'm actually going to put my window up now, so this is Tweed Valley Way, heading towards the east coast. I'm going to try and head to Fingal, but obviously if the weather is like this, obviously I'm not going to get very far without having raincoats. So I actually might just decide to drive to places where I actually don't have to get out of the vehicle. So here, folks, is where it actually does cover the road. So there is a flood watch camera on the right hand side. Obviously the speed limit here is 100, but I'm actually sitting on 80 kilometers an hour because obviously the vision is a bit restricted, obviously the wind. And as you can see, folks, it is blowing a gale. Yeah. So if you don't have a high vehicle when the rain really hits you, it is definitely not suggested to drive through here because you will waterlog your engine. So I'm actually going to head down south, and we'll go to a place called Hastings Point, because obviously I can we'll jump the highway. We'll go south. We'll go south first, and then we'll go up north. Because obviously I want to restrict my time on the road. Water dripping somewhere. I'm actually not going to drive down to as far as Lismore. As much as it would make for interesting content, I don't think it's wise to do that. So we just, well, as you can see the trees there get blown around. I don't know if that was. I've decided not to do this as a live stream just because obviously I don't know what the signal's going to be like. This place goes underwater. So 2022, 2017, the highway between the major highway that goes north actually blocked off the access to Northern. So no trucks or cars can get through for several days. So I don't know what the view looks like. I can just see it. It doesn't look very clear, but I'm actually getting buffeted by water. I can feel the water stirred up water. I guess thing to be careful is aquaplaning. So obviously getting lifted by water, the force of the water. I don't experience it too much in the Loch-Ness, but it does happen. I can feel that wind. And if you can hear that whistling, guys, that's a little tiny gap in my window that I don't normally hear. So we're getting close to the coast, guys, so yeah, you'll see the difference in the wind when we go through this tunnel. So once we go through this tunnel, the wind will completely drop off and you'll hear nothing. So like, well, we're still hearing it. Wow, it's coming through the tunnel, holy crap. Wow. I can definitely feel the carbon shook. So the only way to really avoid this strong cyclonic or goes by me. Lorry, if we call that. Line mover in the US. So yeah, so basically I would have to drive past Grafton, but I have heard reports today that where my mum lives, they've also been put on coastal watch. But my mum, lucky for my mother now, and for me obviously, because I love my mum, is the fact that she no longer lives on the coast. So she lives high enough that if the Manning River was to flood, she would be in a safe position. So yeah. I just gotta hope my son doesn't, because where my son works is coastal, so I actually want to make sure that he's okay, so I will at some stage make a quick phone call and to make sure that he is alright. But again, where he works is still enough inland that and I'm sure that businesses who care about their staff will close that are in the firing line, or at least the hazardous zone of this cyclone. So I really hope that businesses out there listen to their teams and have their team's safety or their staff's safety in mind when they actually coming off to the Cabarita Beach Boggina turn off. So we're going to turn off here. Again, this road can be blocked during heavy rains. As you see some water there pooling on the side of the road there. There's nothing major yet, but it's nothing to panic about, but it's just showing you that there's been enough rain for it to pool there. So we're going on the Tweed Coast, and now we are definitely 100% getting closer. That's Cloview Creek. So we are definitely getting closer to the coast here. So we might experience some even wilder weather. Just over here, again, will flood. So if it does indeed rain enough, the side of this roundabout. Flood signs aren't down yet, so I'm guessing that it's not yet flooded over there, or enough for them to be concerned about cars driving through. So remember, a lot of people drive four-wheel drives up here, so here you go. There's a sign there that says, if water over road, do not cross if water is over road. So this will all go underwater. That little creek there obviously feeds off the Tweed River. Obviously there you can see obviously water over the road now, guys. So it is starting to get a bit of localised flooding, a little bit of flooding. Oh, yep, definitely, yep. I don't know if you can see that to my left, but it was definitely starting to pull up. See how that's going. Oh, it's hot. So it's very dry here, which is you know, we're driving through the rain, and then I don't know. So I'm not 100% sure if that rain is due to the tropical cyclone Alfred, or if that's just that storm, that rain pattern that was heading up north that they said was going to join up with it. So as I slow down, because I was actually setting the speed limit there, so 70 here. Koala zone, so we might see some wildlife. That's another thing. That's another innocent casualties of these weather patterns, is that animals are disowned because their trees have fallen, or you know they're blown out of young are blown out of the trees into the water and drown. And obviously, you know, nature has its own scheme of things, but and generally animals seem to know what's going on, so it seems very calm and surreal driving through here. As you see, the trees have got a little bit of black on them. They have bushfires through here, so we've had it all here. We've had bushfires, floods. Now, for the very first time, a imminent cyclone off the coast. So, whilst my inquisitive and intrigued and, you know, some form of excitement, I'm also a bit concerned, because I know that with the weather event, it's going to cause some people disharmony and stress, and reveal old wounds, possible damage to their property, you know, and hopefully, you know, hopefully there isn't, but there might be, you know, possible deaths from people who are either not prepared, or are ill-equipped, or simply not able to motivate, sort of move themselves around. Like if you're an elderly person, you know, you might not be able to just. We have to remember, like I'm still fairly young, and when it comes to the point that, you know, if I want to you know, swim in water, I've got a better chance than an elderly person. I can. Obviously, we are now very full of water there. That's obviously, I'm not sure what it is, but oh, I see that sign. Wow. Obviously, it's very calm here. There is, I can see the wind is up. So much. So I'm not sure if if that water there was flood. Actually head to we're going to head to the right. We're going to go to Hastings. We'll drive up to the point and we'll see how we go. We'll drive up to a couple of points. So obviously there is a local shopping centre here which probably is being inundated with people trying to buy emergency things. So good luck to those people. Hopefully people do not panic buy, and I'm talking when people panic buy, they seem to buy more than what they actually need. So, you know, like buying 15 packets of toilet paper, you know what I mean? Like, obviously, you know, you're not going to be to the point where you're not going to be able to go to the bathroom, like, you know, that's, so obviously now we are right on the coast. We're probably like maybe 100 metres from the coast, if that. So as we come around the corner, we'll be even closer, about 50 metres from the coast, possibly 25 metres from the coast. So we'll drive up further. That's obviously the coast there. And wow, you can see, oh, the seas are rough. Holy Julie. We might pop in here and have a look. We'll definitely pop in here and have a look. I hope that guy's not going to go out in the boat. Like, honestly, that would be like possibly stupid, but anyway. Oh, bush turkey. Get away. Definitely blow on. Look at the bin. Look at that bin go. That bin's getting blown to schmiddos. Let this guy go. So let me go. Whoop, whoop. Obviously you can see the ocean there, guys. She is up. It's normally not this rough, so yeah, she's up. Alright, I'm going to transfer you over to the pocket. Wow, I can hear it. You're probably not going to hear a word I say, so I'm most likely I'm going to have to dub over the top of it. So yeah, we'll go down and have a look. Alright guys, let's transfer over to the Pocket 2. Okay Histrionas, I'm down at Cabarita Beach. This is Cabarita, so you can obviously see the skies over there, and that's the ocean. That's the ocean. So yeah, the seas are quite rough. They're not normally this rough. We don't normally have swells up like that. Obviously it's coming right through to the shoreline there, so basically washing up right up on the beach there. So can't imagine what this is going to look like when the actual cyclone becomes even closer. So when I was talking about localised riverina flooding in my hometown, this is the reasons, because the seas are so high, they're coming in. So obviously the water would flow, normally if there's a number of water in there, obviously it would flow back out to sea, but obviously if it's got this resistance coming, it's not going to go out to sea, is it? So we'll go to our next destination. I'll go down to Hastings where you've got an actual top higher view of it. Oh, it's come a bit of rain now, so obviously I want to, good time to get out of here. Oh, here it comes. Woohoo! Rain, rain, rain! Alright, I'm going to turn the camera off. Hey history hunters, I'm back again. I actually had to come in because it was wet. It started bucketing down. So yeah, obviously the view is very, look at it, it's quite wild. Like those waves are massive. I know it might not seem massive to some people around the world, but for us this is unusual, so it's unique. So just a second ago, ooh, I don't know if you can feel that, folks, but that's the car actually moving side to side. So that's not me rocking it, this is me rocking it. But I've actually got something tied off down the, and it's making a vibrating noise, like sounds like a didgeridoo. So we can go for a drive down to actual Hastings. This is not Hastings, this is Cabarita. I'm actually feeling the weather. What if I can zoom up there with that record? Let's have a look. Oh, that's out. Let's go in. Whoa, too much. Okay. Let's go. I'll zoom that in manually. There you go, folks. You can see some of the ways. Like that's quite large. Like obviously, if you look to the left there on the screen, that's the beach. So normally it's not reaching the edge of the beach, like it's obviously causing it's going to cause a bit of coastal erosion. So yeah, I guess we'll go for our next bit. We'll have a look. I'll put you on the wide view, hasn't it? Look, that one. That one. There we go. Or maybe we'll just stay that one. That would just stay that one. Alright, folks. Right, I've actually got to put this on top, and I'm actually going to wind my window down. Let's go. Some people are walking up to the point there. I don't exactly want to walk up without having rain. Oh, look at those waves, mate. Look at those waves. Oh, hello, boy. Scared them. Crap out. I don't know how far you can drive if you drive to the left, how far you can drive up towards the water or not. I don't know. I can't remember. But she's definitely something big on the way. Let's see how we go there. Unfortunately, I'm not going to get many shots without it being wet, because obviously there's with the actual wind, and it's going to be rain. So this is Bognor. Up here. So we're actually heading away. We're heading south. So we're actually heading south from where the cyclone is. So you would be normally expecting to realise that you're going away from the actual cyclone, that there should be actual less, but what we've been informed by neurometeorology and other reputable alert systems is that the actual southern bit of this cyclone, or the externals of the southern tips of the cyclone, are actually going to feel the effects of it more than the northern side of it. So we just hit Hastings. We're going to drive right up onto the point. We might not get a parking spot because it might be quite crowded, as everybody wants to get a vantage. Oh, you're taking your baby out in that? Unbelievable. At least cover your child's head. Oh, there you go, folks. So normally when you come here, that's normally not covered like that. It's definitely not like that. It's up. She's up. Wow. Awesome. So we're just about to drive up to the point up here, just on the left. So obviously if it does get any worse, these low-lying caravans here, well actually they're all gone. It's empty, so they're all been, except for a couple there, which are either not there mowing the lawn. What the fudge? So this is obviously higher than what it was before a bit, so we might not be able to have the window down. I've got the air going. Oh yeah, it's definitely coming in. So oh, look at those waves. Look at those waves, and the rain is coming. Holy Toledo. Well, she's getting blown. I'm going to go for it, buddy. You're going to let me go. I don't know if you can feel that. Well, you obviously can't feel it, but wow. Whoa, 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 whoa. Give me a second, buddy. I can't go back any further. Well, I don't know if you can feel that shaking. That's not me. It's just purely intensified. Wow, I don't know if you can actually see that, folks, but I am absolutely getting blown away. It's oh, wow, look at the waves. I'm just going to stop the video there for a sec, guys, while I check on something. Back in a sec. G'day, history hunters. My head's getting blown around. This is just not going to win, mate, I tell you. Definitely some wild weather here on the coast. Jeez. I don't know if you can hear the noise. That's the wind and the rain, obviously. If I'm to open this door, you'll obviously hear it. Yeah, that's Hastings Point out there. That's the Pacific Ocean there. So yeah. Obviously the cyclone's getting closer to land, and obviously we're feeling the effects of the outside of the cyclone, so yeah. So that's obviously, yeah, the water is getting plummeted, there's waves out there. It's normally not that rough. I will do a comparison video to this, History Hunters, because obviously I want you to see that obviously the waves are not usually that large, so obviously I couldn't take the Pocket 2 out there, so obviously get blown away. So. Yeah, I can't see. Out there for like a couple of seconds or a couple of minutes, and obviously I'm full body. Yeah, water. It's wild, mate. I don't know if it's a wise or a good option to drive up north, where further north where it's actually hitting harder, but it would make good content. So just wait for cars to get out of the way. Up big time. see my aerial. There, it's getting blown around. So that's on a whip. That's on a spring, strong spring. So it does move in the wind, but it's getting Look at that seagull. He's going sideways. Poor bugger. See, obviously they're wise because obviously the direction of the wind, they're actually facing the direction of the wind, so they're actually streamlined. So I'm not rocking the Luxus, mate. That's the wind. I don't know why the birds continually stay out on the coast. You think they would go inland? Having a vape. Which direction is his vape? There you go, fucking boom, it's gone. Oh, she's getting blown around. Oh, she's a bit off her feet too. Trying to get out. Everybody's just sitting there. It's like a park. Give you the view on the other side, folks. Well, that's the view over there. This car gets out of the way. I'm literally getting smashed. might take you out now. The wind seems to have stopped, so I'll take you outside. Let's go, let's do it. Here's Shannon's. I'm just about to drive away now. Obviously the wind is intensified dramatically, like I'm literally, the car is vibrating now. So yeah, obviously I'll let you see the view on the way home and see how we go. Alrighty, alright, let's go. We go for a drive up towards the here's Johanna's. Stopped off for a comfort break and my phone alerts are starting to go off, so which means they've just told me that I need to there's certain things going on in my hometown, so where it's basically saying I've got flood watch now, so they're telling me to start to prepare for usually a very popular place during the summertime. Kids jump off this bridge. Oh, that is high. Okay, so alright folks, let's go for a little drive on the way back. We're obviously heading back home now. Obviously I did plan to go up even further up, but I decided I'm not going to do that because obviously, maybe I'll see what happens. We'll see what the weather's like. I can judge it by the way I'm driving, so but obviously if the weather is turning sour, and it's turning sour very quickly, obviously the winds are not as bad here. Obviously it's as you can see, either side there's trees, so they're obviously buffeting. Quite strong now. I'm not saying it's the strongest wind I've ever been in, but it's the strongest wind I've ever been up here. That's the truth. Cabrera Beach, Morgana. Is it Morgana or Morgana? I don't know. Anyway, the rain's coming up here. A lot of council vehicles on the road. So hats off to the local Tweed Shire Council for being active during this time, because obviously they're out there working through it. They're not at home, at their own house, nice and safe and wet, out of the, in the dry, out of the wet. They're actually working. So hats off to the guys there at Tweed Shire Council. Okay, so now the rain's starting to come down, folks, so yeah. I was going to go for a walk down Fingal, but I would absolutely be 100% soaked by the time I got there, so obviously this rain has really kicked in. That's obviously where we were before. That's Cabarita, or whatever they call that. What do they call that? The Cabarita Hill walking track will start there. So it might be interesting to come and do that. Today's not the time. It's quite wet. I don't have a rain jacket. I'm only wearing my shorts and my t-shirt. Is a lot of rain coming, so obviously one of the local supermarkets there absolutely probably getting smashed. I am supposed to work tomorrow, so I am unsure if I'm going to go to work depending on the weather. Hopefully the business decides and says, hey, the safety and the comfort of our team members is paramount. So we're heading towards Kingscliff now, guys. This is Kingscliff, another coastal town. I don't think there's any lookouts. Obviously the rain has increased, intensified here. So you got Casuarina, Coodgin, Kingscliff, Chindra and Tweed Head. So I might actually go for a quick drive up to Point Danger, because Point Danger's quite rough at the best of times, and it's another point where we can drive and see. Yeah, so and it's not too far from home, so it's actually just on this road. So. Down there. Don't know if that's from previous times or this time, but I can imagine that a lot of trees will be coming down soon. So. Cotton Beach. I've never been to Cotton Beach. Hats off to the emergency services working this weather too. The SES, State Emergency Service. Shout out to the New South Wales Police and Queensland Police. Shout out to the fireys, the ambos, because obviously they're going to be quite busy during this time. SES more so, because obviously they're the guys who go in and save people who do things sometimes stupidly, go into floodwaters, etc. But they also save people who are, you know, obviously got themselves into trouble. So everywhere I've been today, guys, I've not put myself in any intimate danger. It's always a good idea to not put yourself in danger, because when you tend to put yourself in danger, you don't realise that when things go wrong for yourself, you're going to need to put someone else in danger to save you. So you know, we all make mistakes, that's a given, but don't let your mistake be someone's, you know, having to fish you out, you know what I mean? So, waterway here, doesn't look too full. Obviously there's a lot more rain to come, so I'm actually getting a bit hungry, so I might have to go home. When I get home, have a bit of lunch. Obviously just wait for the storm to come, so up. So I don't know if that's due to the wet weather. So obviously no roadworks are going to get done this week due to the rain, and rightly so. Yeah, they should be kept safe. I'm used to driving in wild, wet weather. Just never had an impeding cyclone come. So yeah. So that way might be flooded to the left there. That's where I drove home that day. You'll see on the other video on my channel, the wet drive home. Check that out. Shows you the red soil washing over the road and water obviously come over the bonnet, on the windscreen, etc. My hair needs a wash. My hair's all wet. Driving straight on the coast road, right up to Tweed Heads. Road subject to flooding. When flooded, do not enter. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to take a trip out to Fingal, although it would be great footage. It's teeming down, obviously. The wind's, I can start to feel the wind a bit here too. So. Just got another advice for my hometown, just alerts, telling me to, so we'll quickly go up, we'll quickly have a quick look around up here, just to show you if we can see anything. Hats off to the bus drivers also ferrying passengers home, getting home safely. Again, they're out in the wet. Well, obviously they're in the dry, they're buses, but still, they're out in the wild weather, you know what I mean? So, the next one is Point Danger at Tweed Heads. Now, that's basically, it goes Tweed Heads, Coolangatta, Tweed Heads, Keira, Coolangatta. Obviously you're getting up to the southern end of the Gold Coast now, so that's be interesting. I've also got to make sure I go home to the cat, make sure he's alright. Literally cannot see out of my actually going to drive along, I think it's called the Hastings River. I don't know. Actually, I'll correct myself. As you see, guys, visibility is getting low. So I think they've cancelled all the flights now, so Terranora Creek. I think it was a creek. Yeah, look, water's falling out though, so that's a good sign. So it does flood along this Kennedy Drive, so oh. Roads are quite slippery at the moment. That's the river there, Hastings Creek, water's coming up high. That's getting high, so people going out in their boats today, heading cyclone to go out in their boat. Oh, it would be nice to have fish and chips today, but I'm not going to have fish and chips today. cars from there, so I don't anticipate that the river's going to flood here. So this is coming up into Tweed Heads. So this is the northern end of the Northern Rivers. I think maybe this is where officially the Northern Rivers actually finishes up. I'm pretty sure. New South Wales Queensland border. That marker up there, that marks the border between New South Wales and Queensland. So we're currently in New South Wales. Now we're in Queensland. Heading up that hill, that's Point Danger. We'll come back around. We'll come around the coast. We'll go up there, and then we'll come around to the right, and come around my water, unfortunately. might see a view. I've done videos there, folks. We'll go down to D-Bar and have a look down at D-Bar, Doreen Bar. It's called Doreen Bar. A lot of surfers go down here, so you'll probably get a good view. I don't know if anyone's mad enough to go out in it, but you never know. Usually this is packed with surfers, so yeah, it's packed with surfers today. They're quite wise to not actually go surfing today. So. You can obviously see the water's quite rough. Probably not ideal waves to ride, I don't know. Interesting, never to say the less. Very nice. You can see a bit of sand erosion there, guys. So a bit of sand erosion there to the left. Obviously they've been concerned about the buildings, any buildings behind it, but I don't think the building there, the surf club, Marine Rescue. So yeah. Latia Spit. So there's people out there in jet skis. That up there, so people don't camp. Alright guys, we'll make our way back home towards home, and I'll show you something. We'll go on. The wind doesn't seem to be strong here yet, so not exactly going to drive up. I would have loved to drive up to the Spit, but obviously it's not probably wise. So we're now back in New South Wales. As you can see on there, we're going. Selfish fish and chips. I can recommend that. I had cod and chips there one day and it was beautiful. has gone up 4 cents. And I can only see it going up. There's an SES vehicle on there on the right. I don't know if you see them. And the Marine Rescue, they're out. It's me. So we're going to drive along the Get hooked, that's another good fish and chips. Up there, that water level's up high. Oh, I was supposed to go down there. Oops. Well, we're going a different way. How's that? Always good to go a different way. You see more stuff. So the water level up there is probably lower than that. So I'm assuming they have to make sure their boats are secure. Oh yeah. Towards Trinidad South. Say we were going to go. I did say we were going to go Terranor to show you. Yeah, we will go Terranor. Please stay safe. Awesome. Diesel. 5, so yeah, I'm so glad I got diesel for $1, nothing like that. do a loop and we'll go over the Round Mountain, which can be a bit risky during this wet weather. So, but hey, history hunter, hunting we shall go. I heard once that it's probably the best day to go buy a car on a rainy day because you can tell if the car leaks or not. Oh, sorry. I've got some parcels coming to my house. I don't know if they're going to deliver it today. I think it said Monday the 10th, so it's only the 5th today, so I've got another 5 days. So, yeah. I don't particularly want parcels to be delivered. We were lucky to get our recycling bin empty this morning. Although it might sound weird, but it might be best if your bins aren't empty during this weather, the strong winds coming up, because it might help prevent your bins being flung away, flown away, blown away. That's I went the wrong way. I should turn bird is a better hungry jacks. The tow truck drivers like to hang around here. Accidents. So we're going to drive over Terranora. So this is Sexton Hill, heading up towards Terranora. We're actually sitting underneath the M1 motorway that goes from Brisbane all the way to Sydney. I love the cooler weather. You can hear it sucking air and the turbo going. Up here. place. No, not much rain, obviously. Oh, looks like a touch. Broken down. I've actually got to watch it because the Luckiness likes to slide around in this wet weather. I was actually supposed to do a few repairs to it on my day off, which is today, but obviously being wet weather and windy and obviously a pending cyclone. drill today. Oh, it's here. Seems the further up we were, it wasn't raining so much. Windy. As we head down here, it might have some localised flooding here now, so because it is raining quite heavily, you just get that bit of flash flooding a little bit. It's not be that much. Possibly back on the main road, it will be one lane down, possibly. I don't think it's rained enough yet. So. Down here usually I see horses and cattle. I'm assuming they've all been moved up to higher ground. So. And the effects of the storm already have been, I've lost my local radio station, so Super Radio Network. So basically I'm sure it's something to do with them. It might be my aerial out, I don't know. Some cattle there. Obviously they've got access to go higher. They're just too busy eating at the moment, so they know the drill. They're gonna eat, and then go further up. So this is where it usually gets a bit of water over the road here. When it does flood, you can't come here with a normal car. So. And then, as you come up here, guys, you'll see all the parked cars. All these are local cars. So what they do is they park them here because it floods. It floods back down where we just come from. So all they, and in Tumblegum as well. It's Waltham, sorry. They park here. So this is why these cars are parked on the side of the road here. Holcomb Bridge. This is the Tweed River, so she doesn't look too high at the moment, although it is getting there. It will, if it rains a bit, it will flood. So we're actually going to quite possibly go down one lane, and we'll just do a U-turn into that's the river there on the left. Yeah. So it's still windy. You see, like the sugar canes get blown. Where it usually starts to flood around the corner here. So during the last flood, 2022, this was all underwater. 2017, all underwater. Every time it rains though, we usually lose around the two middle lanes. So the lane on my right and the lane on the right over there. So I think you're right at the moment. Serious rain apparently hasn't happened yet, so water. This is Stotts Island. I won't get blown. cool.